Well, we're so glad you could join us for this exciting training on business plans. Danielle, this is an important tool, as I mentioned earlier.
It is.
A vital tool that every entrepreneur should use, business plans. And so we're going to talk about business plans and we're going to go through it. And let's show you what we're going to go through today, and we'll put that up on the screen for you. We're going to talk about what is a business plan, who needs a business plan, how to choose the right business plan for you, key components of a business plan, and leveraging your business plan. So Danielle, let's start with that first topic. What is a business plan?
Well, Darren, I'm going to go back to just kind of what you mentioned before. It is a vital tool, but it oftentimes is a very underutilized tool in most businesses. Mm-hmm. So really what a business plan is, it's a guide or a roadmap to your business.
Okay.
And it sets out, your goals of the business. It's going to give the details on how you're going to achieve those goals. Mm-hmm. And that's really what we want to try to get you to think about is really what are your goals and how are you going to achieve them and what are going to be the milestones to get there. And so we're going to kind of dive into that a little bit more.
Okay.
But that's really the basis of it. It's just your roadmap to success.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is important to mention too with the business plan is a lot of times when you're first starting out, if you're looking for help with funding, different things like that, a business plan is an important part that any banking institution or financing company may want to use and need you to put together so that they can kind of see what your goals are and how you're going to get there.
Absolutely, yeah, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, but in most circumstances, a business plan doesn't have to be that really long formal document that most banks or investors want to see. It really can just be a tool to help you in your business and doesn't have to be as lengthy to do that.
Okay.
So just something to consider. So really, Darren, at the bottom line, your business plan should be a living document, meaning that it shouldn't be something that you do one time and never look at again. It should be something that you're constantly looking at, revising, seeing what's working, what's not working, and how you're getting to your goals. So you're visiting it constantly and using it as more of a strategy to really get to your goals.
So not just a set and forget kind of thing.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
Awesome. Well, that's a valuable point. So I think the next thing we probably should talk about is who needs one.
Absolutely.
Who needs a business plan and why they need it.
Yeah, and because it is a living document, it really any business will benefit from a business plan.
Right.
So if you're a startup company, really it's going to help you gain clarity to what you are trying to achieve in your business and how you're going to reach those goals. It's also going to outline the financial needs in order to get your business up and running and kind of ramp it up.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then if you're an existing business, it's going to help you kind of create a strategy around what your business is about, what you're trying to achieve, what those goals are, and really help you kind of get to that next level, right? It's going to give you a roadmap to get to that next level that you're looking at.
Yeah.
It's also going to give you a management tool to kind of see what's working, what's not working, what you can revise and improve on as you reach those goals.
Okay.
Additionally, I believe it was Forbes that did a study and found that it's a proven tool. If you use a business plan in your business, it's proven to get you 30% faster results than those businesses that don't use a business plan. So pretty significant benefits to using a business plan.
So again, it goes back to what you said earlier. This is a tool that is often forgotten. But if you use it, some significant outcomes and results can come faster, more efficient because of just taking the time to use this tool.
Right, exactly. It's kind of like when you create a goal in your own personal life, right? Let's talk about New Year's resolutions. We all kind of make them and they all kind of fizzle out. I think they say like 98% of people don't actually finish their New Year's resolution at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So really it's those people that succeed that they actually map out the goal, right? They put milestones in place. They say exactly what they're going to do every week, every day, whatever it is. And if they follow that, those are the ones that get to the end finish line,
Gotcha.
right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
similar idea.
Similar idea. So Danielle, we've talked about what a business plan is and who needs a business plan. Now let's talk a little bit about how to choose a business plan, because there's some things we need to consider when choosing a business plan.
Absolutely. So there's going to be three main types of business plans. And we'll go over those a little bit more in detail in the coming slides, but really that's a one-page business plan, a lean business plan, and then that long formal document that we talked about.
Okay.
So really, before you decide what business plan you want to use or would be best for your business, you really need to know your audience. What are you offering, right? Is it a product? Is it a service? Who are you offering that to? And what problem are you trying to solve for them?
Okay.
So you got to have clarity around that to understand what your business model is going to look like. And then, of course, what business plan will be best for you.
Sure.
So that would be the first step. And also, to go with that, you want to understand what the industry needs are. Maybe there's requirements in your industry that kind of stipulate what you would need to, what kind of details you would need. Or, just understanding the overall industry is a big part of that. And that obviously will impact what you put into your business plan and what business plan you use.
Yeah, and I think another point to bring out here too is if you're putting together a business plan for a third party, you may want to know and understand what information they will need in the business plan. And most plans will have that in there and have those components as part of the plan that you put together. But I think that's vital too, is to know, when you talk about knowing your audience, knowing also who may be using this outside of your organization, outside of yourself. Make sure that you're putting together a plan that will convince whoever you need to convince that you know what you're doing and you've got a good plan in place. Well, Danielle, that's some great information about how to choose a business plan. So let's talk a little bit about each of these business plans that you mentioned. Let's first talk about the one-page business plan. What is this all about?
Yeah, so really the one-page business plan is just a simple, concise summary. Maybe it's like you have a big idea, but you haven't mapped it out. Often you hear kind of these napkin scratches of a business idea, right? Well, we'll consider this a little bit more of a formal, effective tool rather than a napkin sketch. But that's really what it is, just a simple, concise plan and a quick and easy way to look at what you're doing and make little tweaks and strategy adjustments along the way.
Okay.
So let's talk about a little bit what's included on the one-page plan. So make sure that you're looking at the document we've provided and kind of help you walk through it. So let's start with the executive summary. That's really going to be a quick summary of what your business is about, kind of that big idea and where you're going with the business. The value proposition is what you have to offer to your customers or to the market and how you're going to offer it. Then we're going to talk about the key people and resources that you need in your business, and you're going to want to identify each one of those and make sure you understand all of the people that are impacting your business or that you're impacting.
Okay.
And the relationships that go along with that. You're also going to want to understand your customer demographics, and that will help you tune into who you're marketing your service or product to.
Right.
And also, you're going to want to include some of the quick and dirty financial sources, objectives, your goals for your company itself.
Okay. So there's a lot of valuable things that you're going to want to put on this business plan, some highlights, some high-level points about each of these components that you've talked about here. It just gives you that, again, like you said, that roadmap, that, it sketches out kind of who you need to have involved, what kind of a demographic are you trying to sell to, and your goals on how you're going to get there, not just financial points, but also just the strategy of how you're going to accomplish it.
Exactly.
In essence, what you're saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just a simple, easy, one-look glance.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. And I think most people in this case can use this business plan if they're not wanting to get a bank involved and other things that would maybe want a little more in depth. This is a great one to use.
It is, yes. And then just to know, if you look at the sample documents that are included in the resources, it actually has some of the questions that you would ask yourself in each of those categories to really help them fill it out, right?
Very good. Yes. No, that's great. So now let's talk about the lean business plan.
Yes, so this document is going to be a little bit more lengthy, but not as lengthy as a formal document.
Okay.
So it's going to give a little bit more detail into the exact steps you're going to take, or how you're going to deliver the product or service, and just provide a little bit more clarity around that. This document could be used as maybe like a quarterly look review and setting those milestones that are going to get you to where you want to be. So let's just look at kind of the more detailed executive summary. And so if you look at the one pager, it's just like a 2 to 3 sentence summary of what you're doing. In this one, it's going to be a little bit more lengthy and kind of outline each of the different segments of an executive summary. And then down below the executive summary, if you look at the resource that we provided for the Lean business plan, is going to have some more details that you can map out. But if we take a look at just the executive summary that's included here on the screen, it's really going to give you just 1 to 2 to 3 sentences of what the problem that you're solving, how you're going to solve that problem in the marketplace, who the market is, and who you're competing with. Always a very important thing to know when you want to start a business to make sure it's going to be successful, is who is your competition, right? And then, of course, you're going to want to provide details of your credentials and why you're the one that's going to provide this service or product in the marketplace and what you have to offer to the audience. And then lastly, of course, similar to the one-page document, you're going to want to document your expectations. What are your financial goals? Who do you plan to hire, if you plan to hire anybody? And what's your timeline? When are you going to achieve all this? And that's really kind of the executive summary. And then we're not going to show it here, but if you look in the document, you can see the more detailed approach behind each one of these.
So I guess what you're saying here with this one is take the one-page business plan, and this, you kind of flesh it out a little bit more. You're adding more detail and more information, and kind of getting a little bit more into each of the components of the plan itself.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So it shouldn't be vastly different, but just a little bit more in detail. Just a deeper dive.
Well, Danielle, those are a great discussion on the one-page business plan and the Lean business plan. And you mentioned also the formal business plan, and I think the most important thing that we want to point out there is if you feel that you need to go to that step in a formal business plan, in reality, a formal business plan is basically, again, taking like the Lean business plan and making it even more fleshed out. This would be a plan that you would use if you were presenting to someone that you needed or were seeking financing from, someone that you're trying to convince maybe to be a partner with you or something. You've got this great idea and you just need to kind of convince them. That's when that formal business plan would be a big deal.
Right, yeah. And yeah, it's something that you really want to be polished and kind of branded for you, right? It's a selling document.
Yes.
A formal selling document. And so you want it to have that polished look. And so really what we recommend is that you probably want to seek out a professional or a company or an application that can really help you dial in on that formal plan. And we've offered some suggestions on different online applications that will walk you through it, or search for a professional that provides those services.
I agree. Yeah, that's one that unfortunately we can't go through in detail here, but if you feel that you need to go to that step, go do some searching on Google and find a resource that's going to help you, or seek out a professional that can help you. There's a lot of small business associations around most cities, most towns, most places that you can go to, and they can help you with that if you feel that you need to go to that step.
Right, and I mean, always a free resource is the Small Business Administration, right?
Exactly.
With some great information on their website as well.
Yep, exactly. So let's talk now. We've gone through these business plans, high level, gone through each of the plans, and I hope you guys are looking in the resources, pulling up this information. But let's cover a little bit about the key components of a business plan, because there are some key things that should be in each business plan.
Yes, absolutely. So if you look at your screen, really we've kind of listed what those key components are. And it should include, every business plan, like we said, should be a living document. And it really should include a review schedule. So how often are you going to look at your business plan and review it and revise it? Because right, it doesn't have to stay static. So make sure that you're setting that schedule whether it's, setting a reminder that you have that schedule or setting a meeting with a partner or whatever it is. Just make sure that you have a schedule to review it often.
Very important.
And then, so it's going to include a strategy summary. Some of what we've already talked about, right? In the executive summary, it's just going to be your overall strategy that you can revise as you go. And it also is going to include milestones. So what are you trying to achieve? What are you doing to achieve those? And how often are you needing to perform those milestones to get to your end goal?
Those steps that you're trying to accomplish. Because again, I think when you get started, and I think we've experienced this as starting our own businesses, if you don't set certain milestones, certain things you want to achieve at a certain point in time, then you kind of get lost in the weeds and you just kind of are running around and maybe not getting where you want to go. You may have a business up and running, however, are you getting where you want to be?
Right, yeah. I mean, let's just take for an example your financial goal. What's your financial goal a year from now for your business? Well, that's great to have that out in the future, but what are you doing to get there, right? And so maybe you're breaking that down into what is my revenue that I need to achieve every month to get to that goal? And then what am I doing to achieve that revenue? So really, just those simple blocks of, goals that you need to achieve. So the next one we've listed here is assign responsibilities. That's going to be important, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe you are in business by yourself and maybe you need to assign your own self-responsibilities, right? Yeah. And just keep yourself accountable or have a business coach that can help you be accountable.
Yeah.
Or maybe you've partnered with either an investor or key employees or a partner in your business and you together are assigning responsibilities. Another thing is maybe you're delegating those responsibilities to some employees, but you're going to want to manage those and kind of come back to those to see how you're progressing with those responsibilities. So the next one we list there is metrics or KPIs. So just to define what KPIs are, those are key performance indicators. And that's really just going to be an indicator of what drives your business. So the example I just used in the revenue, that's going to be a KPI for most businesses, right?
Absolutely.
So you're going to want to know where you're at on that. So define what those goals are and then track to them.
Okay.
Similar to those milestones that we just talked about. And then the basic financial projections for the company. Similar, we talked about that in the one-page business plan and the lean business plan. Obviously, they'll be in your formal business plan as well. But that's really going to be what are you expecting to achieve 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, on the horizon. What's your goal? Where are you trying to get to?
Yeah, and really detailing out that first year probably by month.
Yeah.
And then the remaining years maybe on an annual basis. But yeah, those again, that's that roadmap. It's that key to say, okay, it gives you an idea of what it's going to take to get you to the goals that you want to achieve with your business.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now that we've talked about what are the key components of a business plan, let's talk. You mentioned earlier about this, Forbes talking about, if you use the business plan, you can achieve success 3% faster. How do you leverage this business plan? How do you leverage this tool that we've been talking about?
So Darren, really the best way to leverage your business plan is to be able to review it often. We've talked about that. Set the reminders, set the schedule, set a meeting, and make sure that you stick to it.
Use the plan.
Use the plan. Yes, absolutely. And then you're going to want to use your one page as just a quick strategy.
Okay.
Look at that strategy often. Maybe it's weekly, maybe it's bi-weekly, maybe it's monthly. But make sure you're looking at it to know what you're driving for. Makes sense. Right? So if you put it in the closet and it's going to get dusty, the business is going to get dusty, right?
Yeah, I tend to agree. Yeah.
So then you're going to want to use your lean business plan to document the processes that are working and not working. So as you're looking at kind of what you've set as your process and your strategy to get there, you can see along the way what may be working and emphasize that and see what's not working and revise the business plan with something better. Again, this living, breathing document. Exactly. Yeah. And then you're going to want to set your milestones. We recommend that every business in the beginning sets 30-day milestones. Okay, yes. That first year is so crucial to a business, right? And we want you to achieve that 30% faster results. And the key to doing that is setting 30-day milestones for your business.
Absolutely.
And then the last thing we've included here is keeping your KPIs current. So in your business plan, you're going to identify what those key performance indicators are for your particular business, but then you're going to want to keep them current. You're going to want to track them. So they all should be measurable. All your KPIs should be measurable, and you should be tracking them to see where you're at. And as you update those in your business plan, you can revise your business plan to take advantage of where you're at. So maybe you're behind a little bit in your plan, and you can make plans to ramp that up to get back up to where your goals are. Or maybe you're way ahead and you're doing great, but you still want to look at that and see, well, what's the next level I could reach?
Where do I need to go next?
Yes, so that you're not slacking off and saying, well, I'm meeting my plan, I'm ahead of my plan, so I can relax a little. No, let's just ramp it up and make you just like knock it out of the park, right?
Yeah. So again, very important is this tool. If you don't use it, what good is it going to do? And as you use it, you can see that it'll help you just achieve your results so much faster.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Danielle, we've talked a lot about business plans today. We've covered the key components of a business plan, how to leverage your business plan to make you more successful as you start your business journey. We've provided resources about the one-page business plan, what you can expect with that. We've talked a little bit about it here today, even the lean business plan and what that's all about. But I think the thing we need to mention too is we are offering a special course for people like you, entrepreneurs like you that are getting ready to start your business. This course will cover things that will help you get your business off the ground the right way. Some of the things we'll talk about in that course are how to register your business with the state, how to set up your EIN, and why you need that EIN, what that's all about, that federal identification number. We talk about the different business entities, their legal structure, and kind of the accounting aspects of each. We'll go into accounting, budgeting, so many other things that we will talk about in this course, because these are things that we have realized in our experience are what people like you need to get your business off the ground and running the right way.
It's really the foundations of any good, successful business, right?
Exactly. And so we're encouraging you right now to check out the link in the members page. If you click on that now, you can take advantage of a special offer to sign up for this course that we have put together. We know it's going to help you be successful as you start your business. And so take advantage of that link right now. We really appreciate the opportunity that we've had to share this information with you on business plans. I think the other thing we need to mention too, real quickly about this course, if you sign up for it, the free Facebook page, the special Facebook group that we're going to have, where you will be able to be a part of a group, a community of individuals that are going through the same experiences you have. Ask questions. We're going to be part of that. Sharing examples and other things, getting more into some of the things that specifically may impact you as an entrepreneur and how to get your business up and running.
It's kind of like hiring your own coach to start your business, right?
Exactly.
We'll do it as a community and do it together and help each other along. And that's what it's all about, right?
Exactly.
It's creating a community where you feel comfortable that you can achieve what you want to achieve.
Exactly. So take advantage of that. Again, check out the link. We're so excited. Thanks again for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you in our course.